Becoming the Archetype has always been a criminally underrated band in the metal scene, both secular and Christian alike. For some reason, even in the Christian scene, they seem to largely be overlooked, and that is just an absolute travesty. And Jason Wisdom's side project, or well, it was his main solo project for a few years, Death Therapy, that's also criminally underrated and underappreciated. Definitely check that out as well. But recently they were running a promotion on their website, so let's take a look what I got from Becoming the Archetype. I don't know why I sang that. I've had a day. Behold, now, with a package like this, that can only mean one thing. There's a record in there. Woo. Let's get it opened up. So here we have a compact disc of their most recent album. This was from 2022, so it was 3 years ago, and I've even guilty myself of sleeping on this one. That's why I didn't get it until now. But for some reason, only Terminate Damnation and Dichotomy were the only albums that really stood out to me. Even though they've never put out a bad record, for some reason those are just the best ones to me. I need to give this one another listen. Either way, it's still great to have in my collection, and I always want to support this band when I can. This band has always had some dope merch. I mean, we got people out here wearing metal shirts as a fashion statement. Well, here you go. And I've got 2 stickers. I actually already have one of these, but I bought a second one for the hi-fi, and one of the cover from Terminate Damnation, which is still one of my favorite albums of all time, so I will forever love this cover artwork. And we have the record edition of Children of the Great Extinction. So yeah. Let's take a look at her. And we've got the insert, very nice. Got the lyrics on the back, as is customary for vinyl records. There's a lot of people that choose to opt for something else, or they'll do more than just this, but you know, back in the day for a record, this is usually what you'd get, and more often than not, especially for a studio album, you'd get an insert just like that, in case you didn't know that. Obviously, I like the color variant they chose. I love it when they try to match the color palette with that of the cover artwork itself, and this is a perfect example of that. It looks great, and I can't wait to give this a good spin. Definitely check out Becoming the Archetype, check out Death Therapy, show these guys some love, because they make some really interesting and tasty music that is hard to find in a lot of places. I mean, some people might think, oh, you can find that out anywhere. I was like, no, I really don't think you can. Not blended nearly this well. Especially not with Death Therapy, because Death Therapy is still very unique. Actually, I will say this for free. My guitarist, who is very, very critical of Christian music, in fact, he does, he really can't stand it for the most part, he's told me. He's even said about Death Therapy that Marilyn Manson and Trent Reznor would be hard-pressed to come up with something as tasty as Death Therapy. So definitely, if you've been sleeping on Becoming the Archetype or Death Therapy,